Our EWTN colleague, Father Elias Leyds, joins us from the Netherlands to help us understand what is happening in the Low Countries. Father Elias, thank you for being with us. We first saw defiance from bishops in Germany, with church leaders there blessing same-sex unions, and now we're seeing it in Belgium. Is this a domino effect or contagion?
Could be, I don't know if I can really help you much in understanding this thing, because for me it's sort of very strange. I still have trouble in understanding it, but there's no doubt there's a consequence. The Germans, with their very impressive synodal path, may have given a hint. I think it's also rooted in maybe a cultural confusion between devotion and sentimentality. Belgium is a country with a long Baroque history. We in the north don't have that history. They were a Catholic society during several centuries where the church had no real competitors. And I would say that the Baroque past is manifested by a greater, I would say, sentimentality, sentimental aspects of the way they live their faith. And I think what just happened is also a sign of that. We've had in the north, we've had our synodal path. We had a sort of it was called a pastoral council in the 60s, which accelerated everything in such a way that all what we are seeing now in Germany and in the north of Belgium, it's the Dutch-speaking part of Belgium, we just, as Catholics in Holland, at least the ones that are left, we shrug our shoulders and say, we've seen this before. It will lead nowhere. So the domino here is not going to fall.
And so the history of the church teaches us that in church time, this might be a blip. But Belgium consists of both French and Flemish-speaking peoples. Yeah. Is there a growing divide among the clergy there on this issue? Does it fall along cultural and linguistic lines?
I don't know. It's difficult for me to say, because there is a very deep-rooted cultural difference between the two parts of Belgium. And I would say that maybe the Catholic Church is an instrument for unifying the two. It should be, and it has been, when their King Boudewijn, who really was serving as much as he could both parts of Belgium, when he refused to sign the abortion law. That was, I think, a very beautiful day in the history of the church, and it showed that really the king was serving this unity. So I think the church should not emphasize the division, but should try to bridge it.
Right, bridging unity from the church. And then how are the faithful responding to this?
I don't know. The Catholics that I know and that we are cooperating with EWTN, they're surprised and they're startled. And I think those who take their faith seriously, especially the priests, they will feel betrayed, because I've been welcoming homosexuals. I've been merciful to them ever since I'm a priest. And the fact that I tell them the teaching of the church and I help them to live their life in let's say, the traditional wisdom of the Catholic Church.
In pursuit of God.
Yes, it doesn't make me less welcoming and less merciful. And it's my experience. It's my experience that if you assume that they come to see you as a Catholic priest who tells you the Catholic teaching, then you're really serving. And they know that. I've had a lot of these people in my confessional. I've served in the biggest prison of Lithuania in Eastern Europe. I know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, but to bless these kind of relationships, it leads nowhere, and it's a betrayal of souls. For political reasons, for whatever reasons, it's a betrayal, and that's the way I feel it.
And you may feel it that way, but we haven't heard any response from Rome. Why do you think that is? How long will the Holy See wait to speak out on this growing trend that could lead to schism?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why Rome doesn't say anything. And, there's a lot of speculation about this. Some people say the Flemish bishops, it's the north of Belgium, it's the Dutch-speaking bishops. The Flemish bishops have done this with the green light of Rome, because actually next week they're going to Rome for their Ad Limina visit. Some people speculate that they did get permission from Rome, and others say, no, they're just trying to provoke Rome. They're just, trying to provoke something in Rome when they go there. I don't know. I just don't know. Nobody really knows. It's very confusing.
Well, we can pray for that visit and that the Holy Father will share his wisdom with them. Thank you so much, Father.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.